Alright, I already know. Please say the prayer.
Yeah.
Give thanks, Rastafari.
Behold, good, oh good, and how pleasant it is for our brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that run down upon the beard. Even here on beard that went down to the skirt of his garment. As the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that I sent upon the mountain of Zion. For there the Almighty command blessing, even love and peace forevermore. Again, see that. Jah Rastafari, as we dwell together here in this moment as brethren in brethren, even video, this topic of propheticness, of the divinity of you, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie. We ask thee to share your wisdom and knowledge upon I and I, and to shed your divine spirit also to enfold I in truth and in righteousness, being one of I and I, your sons and daughters, that accept the divinity of you, Emperor Haile Selassie, as Christ returned in your kingly and divine character, from such time until this time, henceforth and forevermore. So let these words of our mouth and the meditation within our heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Jah Rastafari. Thou art our strength and our Redeemer, who liveth and reigneth forever and ever. Your word without end, again, see Jah Rastafari.
Thanks, Bongo Isaac.
Yes, sir.
It's good to reason, good to put a clarity on many things, Rastafari. Because many ones have different opinions, many ones have different knowledge that they bring forward. But for Rastaman, it's biblical, historical, and levity that we trod through from the ancient time until this time. Saying, so whosoever say that Christ does not come in the flesh is an antichrist.
Yes, it is.
And that is already written.
Yes.
Read that.
Yes.
So we know Rastafari. Someone will say, boy, them burn Bible and then deal with Bible. But from the ancient trad, it's biblical.
Biblical church. Biblical church.
That's how the revelation came to I and I.
Yes.
Biblical revelation. So we use Bible as references.
Yes.
So the question is, Haile Selassie the divine king. We're going to reason on that.
Yes.
Haile Selassie the Holy Father.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how best we could clarify some things and make it a little lighter.
Truly.
So, Revelation 5 verse 5. One of the chapters that Rastafari glorify in. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, had prevailed to open to the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. Bongo Isaac,
Yes.
give an explanation.
Well, in that, when John used that word, for John saying, see one sit upon the throne with a book in his hand and sealed with 7 seals on the back side of the book, sealed with 7 seals. And when then John looked, he don't see no one word in heaven, nor in earth, to take that book out of the one hand that stood on the throne, and to loose the 7 seals thereof, and to look therein by reading the book. And he wept very much. But one of the elder patriarchs then, I would say, said unto him, John, weep not. Behold the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to take that book out of the hand of such one, and loose the 7 seals thereof, and look therein.
So in this time and age, before lifetime, who is this referring to? The Lion of Judah, the root of David.
Yes.
Who is this person?
Well, the Lion of Judah, in these ages, I say that is His Imperial Majesty, is the Lion of Judah, and the root of David, and the offspring also, which we call the root of David, of this divine book of the prophetic knowledge of the originality of the Christ, like power, who return as King of Kings and Lord of Lords, as Christ did make this promise that he shall come again into a new name, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And there were no one of that title. Your brethren did have the title as King of Kings, but not and Lord of Lords, but not the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. So Emperor Haile Selassie fulfilled all these glory as the returned Messiah.
As the divine king.
Yes, as the divine king. For him never leave propheticness coming through the ages of his coronation until him depart from the throne.
You can find another chapter, verse. Revelation 19:16. And he said, on his vesture and on his tie, a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Yes.
Who do we know of that title?
Emperor Haile Selassie and his vesture in his coronation, manifestation, as King of Kings and Lord of Lords, when him crowned 1930.
So, the Holy Bible had prophesied of His Majesty.
Yes.
And in the last book of Revelation, Revelation 19 verse 16, it is there.
Yes.
We can testify.
Yes.
So there is no other man on earth who have that title.
No
or
one.
that honor.
No one. No one.
See. So if there are anyone else who have that, they need to tell us.
Yes. And we don't see no one of it. It must be false. And when we look to Europe, there were none of the kings that grown in Europe or Asia or even Latin America then, or in the Caribbean, did have that title.
Sure.
But Emperor Haile Selassie. So we must have to accept him, say, this is the Christ that returned in his kingly and divine character as his imperial majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I.
Of course. Because it's only by proving these things, you know.
No.
We can know.
Yes.
Because these things happen in our lifetime.
Naturally.
Which is the revelation of Rastafari.
Yes.
And governance of Rastafari is in our lifetime.
Yes.
So we find Genesis 49 verse 10. Another important part to read. 49 verse 10. There's another one. Okay, let me find another one. Isaiah 43 verse 3. Isaiah 43 verse 3. Isaiah 43 verse 3. For I am the Lord thy God, the Holy One of Israel, thy servant. I gave thee Egypt for thy ransom, and Ethiopia and Sheba for thee. How important is Ethiopia to Rastafari?
Well, Ethiopia is the land of our father, Emperor Haile Selassie, where he crowned as King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Yeah.
Therefore, I and I, the brethren, declare of the divinity of Emperor Haile Selassie and accept Ethiopia as our place of abode. And when him say, I'll give Ethiopia for thee and Sheba, Ethiopia and Sheba.
Egypt for thy ransom.
Yes.
Ethiopia and Sheba for thee.
So Egypt now is for the ransom of the other nations,
Yes.
our nation. But Ethiopia and Sheba for thee.
Exactly.
So Ethiopia and Sheba is for the Ethiopian. At home and abroad.
Of course.
And what out the land of Sheba? Is it called the land of Sheba?
Same way.
Said we, in Ethiopia. So we have to remember the Queen of Sheba
Every time.
that went to Solomon.
And the pearl.
Yes. For the pearl, as I mentioned, the pearl were created. Even from the first man, Adam, they created himself the pearl. For the pearl symbolizes the Messiah.
Of course.
And they will tell you that in the Western Hemisphere, every 2,000 years
For age.
is a age. and an age mean a dispensation. And in the western hemisphere, in the eastern hemisphere, it's a dispensation is 2,100 years. But touchable speak now, we are speaking of the western, that we are in the west now. So in the 2000, so it's not only now the Christ tried as his majesty, you know.
No.
Every 2,000 years ago, yes, in the age, the Messiah tried. And the Messiah mean the Christ.
Well, let me add. Revelation 12, verse. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven.
Yes.
A woman clothed with the sun.
Yes.
And the moon under her feet.
Yes.
And upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
Yes, that is the church.
12 tribes, 12 apostles. And she being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered.
Yes.
And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads,
Yes.
10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven,
With dragon.
and did cast them to the earth.
Yes.
And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, and to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Yes.
How do you see that, Bongo?
Well, I see now that the dragon is very Italian. Make war with Emperor Haile Selassie and the King of Kings. To devour the child when he was born. For I remember Bathsheba Beck of 7 child, or 8 child, according to history, and 7 of them passed away, and only His Majesty.
Continue, Bongo.
Yes, the dragon destroyed those 7 sons, but he couldn't get to destroy His Majesty.
Okay.
See? For His Majesty, the dragon did want to destroy him. For it coming like when Mussolini were defeated. And when the young king crowned in Ethiopia, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, he never forgot the defeat that Mililek defeated him and overthrown him in the battle of the Adowa.
Alright.
So when His Majesty birth now, he attacked His Majesty. And His Majesty overthrew him in the said battle of the Adowa. Although His Majesty had to go in exile, and was a part of the United Nations, to show the wisdom of His Majesty. He said Ethiopia shall not be alone.
No.
So he bring Ethiopia in the League of Nations. See? And him also bring Ethiopia, his country, in the World Churches of Council.
Exactly.
He know what he is doing. See? So it was not His Majesty was just want to trot to Europe. But the advisors that was around the King of Kings and Lord of Lords would say, His Majesty, the best thing for you to do is to go in England and to go to the League of Nations and put your case before the League, because thou art also a member of the League.
Exactly.
And justice must be given unto you and your country and your people that is unharmed in Ethiopia. So that's why I went to England.
Bongo, sir. If His Majesty did not have divine qualities,
Yes.
when they were blowing whistle and knocking on the table,
Yes.
His Majesty did not frown. He did not quarrel with them.
No.
He was deliver judgment.
Naturally. And say, if you, 72 nations,
Yeah.
will not come to the rescue of my unarmed Ethiopian, the judgment shall escalate in Europe. And 1 year after was the German Nazi war that licked Europe. That they have to call to mind and say the word of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie art fulfilled, that he pronounced upon them in the League of Nations to show the divine nature.
So that qualified His Majesty to be a divine king and a
Most
holy father.
naturally. Of Ethiopia, not only of Ethiopia, but
The world.
internationally. Yes.
So we as Rastafari, the ancients of today, can totally declare that.
Yes.
Due to what is written in books,
Yes.
due to what we have seen of His Majesty, due to what is written in the Bible,
Yes.
it is not a make-up story.
No, none at all.
It is not a hearsay or propaganda.
None at all.
So we can say many more things, you know. So let me read one speak of His Majesty as a rightful leader,
Yes.
according to how he set his government. You know, because not many people set government. There are many speeches of His Majesty, but I just read this just one.
Yes.
To the chamber of duties and to the Senate. Remember, His Majesty single-handedly write the Constitution, you know.
Naturally. Yeah.
And reformed the Coptic to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church,
Yes.
which is important also. So His Majesty create the difference between church and state.
Yes. Balance.
Balance between church and state. And there's not many world leaders today doing that.
Well, I can't put them 3 bars and put back.
Yeah. Possible.
Yeah.
So His Majesty talking to Chamber of Deputies and the Senate is God on earth.
Yes.
Earth rightful ruler. Divine rulership,
Yes.
divine leadership, right? God in flesh. Man as God.
Yes.
But divine man. Supreme man. Not man who go around and do stupidness and
No.
run up and down and
In the create man, God did create, I can't be word God that is the creator.
yeah.
Create man after his own image. So the image of God created them male and female. So we are in the image, all man
Yes.
and all human, in the image of the face of the Almighty. We represent Him
But
as our Father.
of course, so remember about Mike. Kings of the earth
Yes.
wanted to see God in flesh, no?
Naturally.
But they wanted a king first.
Yes.
That's why he going to Israel.
Naturally.
And it was written that Saul,
No.
yeah man, for Saul to create a king in Israel.
Yes, Saul created a king. The first king.
The first king.
Was Saul.
Yes, King Saul.
Yes.
That's what the Israel wanted. They did not want a God who was invisible. A
No.
God who started them through fire
No.
and through bush.
No. Like when talk to Moses.
Yes.
Through fire and bush.
Because Haile
Burning
is
bush.
from the same lineage
Yes.
of King David and Solomon.
Naturally.
Sit upon the same throne, you know.
Naturally.
Right. So for His Majesty to treat the same King David throne, he have to rule with integrity
Yes.
and with responsibility
Yes.
and equality. What His Majesty is saying now to his members of Chamber of Deputies and Senate, he's saying, you must always bear in mind that to exercise your power properly and to discharge your responsibilities, you must not depart from a belief in the Almighty.
No.
Your guiding principles should be a true knowledge, impartiality, willingness, and kindness. Those of you who lack these principles, pray to the Almighty that He may grant you these qualities so that your deliberations may be just, everlasting, and in the common interest.
Yes.
What do you understand by that, Right?
In the common interest of humanity.
Of people.
Yes.
So you should not be personal.
No, take it to the personality to yourself alone. That's why when we, the Rastafari brethren, our first forefathers as Rastas that rise in this island, take it to the forefront and start to keep meeting. It's not the one that just sit down house up, like how we here and no reasoning. We reason together to our home, to where I see when we rise. I go in town and I see it also. See? And then that's why this one of the first fathers, Bobo Head here, that them call, what's his name?
Prince Emmanuel.
Prince Emmanuel. Lee from St. Elizabeth. Black River County, you see that yes, and Company Stone Road. See? And to indoctrine, accept His Imperial Majesty divinity. When was amongst the brethren of our son back a while. But what if they want to see and hear peradventure use this word peradventure. He was not hearing it.
True.
So him go on him brethren gather it around him. You understand? Him never say him is the Almighty.
No.
But it's to in divinity that him utter to my realization that brethren claim him as Christ.
The shepherd. The shepherd.
Yes. So him also was a shepherd. So it was not only one shepherd that shepherded the flock.
True.
Like in ancient days when the Christ did birth as a youth, remember the angels spread the message unto the shepherd. And there, when they hear the message, they have their rod licking the stone. So that is what called in Ethiopia what this thing over them play in Ethiopia by
The hockey?
the Aki. It's there the Aki derived from, through the birth of the Christ. So you have secular administration now. Rise from that.
But even Mungo Isaac, Haile Selassie was the only child, you know, of
Yes.
Shima betting.
That live.
Yes?
Yes, that I did outside.
So therefore, Haile Selassie is divine.
Yes,
in
it
that
is.
sense.
Yes, it's divine.
All other children died.
Yes, they died. So the divine one lived. And that divine one symbolizes Christ.
Of course. So we can add many things, you know, put in
Yes.
as facts
Yes.
that we as Rastafari know.
Yes, of the proof.
But it's for other ones to research for themselves, you know.
Yes.
Because Majesty say, find the truth for yourself.
A man must know the truth by
So
yourself.
don't allow me and Mungo Isaac to dictate to you what you
No.
should believe.
No.
Find the truth for yourself.
And enough of these truth now that were written within the King James Version. You find it in other biblical
Secular.
Yes, history.
Yeah.
Take the evil, the forgotten book of Eden. Take even Kibra Nagas. For the first son of Queen of Sheba was Melchizedek first.
Exactly.
And when in Bathsheba did visit Solomon, Solomon get him pregnant. And Solomon take out the ring of her little finger and give it to her and said, when the child born for him, knowing what leaf from him line,
Yeah.
he must send back the lad to him. And when Solomon tried, when the Melchizedek was 21, something like that. In mother sent him back to
Visit his father.
He was visiting father and the ring was on his little finger. And remember, when the ark leave, Solomon remember the vision when he get. Since a bright light shine from heaven. And shine in Ethiopia, light up the whole area, not in Ethiopia first, in Jerusalem,
Okay.
and light up the whole area. And it leave Jerusalem and go to Ethiopia. And when Zadok the high priest came to him, and they tell Zadok the vision, Zadok the high priest said, well, you never tell I the vision before. That time in the leg down, you know, with the heart. See? So, Jah make him become foolish in all the vision that him did have.
Yes, in that sense, of course.
Yes, that the heart now must leave
And that he
Jerusalem, and him don't even know. And he said to God, said, go and save the lady of Zion is here. And when him go, probably I'll call the lady of Zion.
Of course.
And when him go, the lady of Zion gone. So him don't see that the high priest came out. And then him wait to certain hours. Him don't see that when him going to Zadok faint and drop a ground.
Of course.
I'm going to lift up Zadok and bring him out, anoint him according to Kibra Nagas, the glory of kings. And when him carry him out, he have to make a covenant with them and the priests and that live there, so they must not establish it to the whole world, for they will come and fight against him. For it was the lady of Zion give that power, not of King Solomon personality.
No.
But through the lady of Zion, which is the ark and the covenant that were made for the rod of Aaron, that said God was in the ark of the lady of Zion.
Of course.
And that ark moved by night and rest at Gaza overnight. For Gaza, Solomon did give Gaza a call to Kiba and Gaza for his inheritance. See, so when the ark catch here, it rests. In Kiba and Gaza, it has said that when the ark catch and rest, there was one of the followers then that leave Jerusalem dead. And when him dead now, them bury him. And when the time comes for the ark move, the ark don't want to move. They dig up that dead body of called to Kiba and Gaza and burn it. Wise brethren were there with those intellectuals with visibility knowledge. And they burn his body and take the ashes and cast over the ark. Find no one left, none of the followers, you know. And when he cast over the ark now, the ashes, after dig him up and burn the body, I come to Kiba and Gaza, and the ark get up now and move over the Red Sea. Faster than a eagle. The history said fast like an eagle. And go within the church of Ascom. For the ark is there now in the church of Ascom. Our part only. There's a secret it is. For all the things is not to be spoken in the secret.
Right.
You understand? But Ascom, the ark is there now.
What could I from Isaiah 11,
Yes.
verse 1? And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse,
Jesse.
and a branch shall go out of his roots.
Yes.
And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him.
Yes.
And the Spirit of wisdom,
Yes.
understanding, the Spirit of counsel,
Yes.
and might, and the Spirit of knowledge,
Yes.
and of the fear of the Lord.
Rahabajah, Rastafari.
Who fulfill those qualities?
Well, you know, Rasta, I have seen twofold of that qualities come before I right now. There shall be a branch
Yes,
came out of Jesse,
yes,
out of the root of Jesse,
yes.
and a branch
Out of the stem of Jesse.
out of the stem of Jesse. So it's a twofold.
And a branch out of his roots.
Out of his root.
Yes.
Ah, Kilo Hamla. So the first branch that come out there now,
The stem,
yes, was the Christ.
just as the Christ.
And the returning Christ now come as the root of the
root.
stamp again. Symbolize Emperor Haile Selassie,
Yes.
that coming from that Solomonic line, that Davidical line then, before even Solomon his son. For that is the line that the original Christ it came from. Not a different line of prophet or priest, but that Judah line. For Judah to fulfill Judah, Judah are the lawgiver. And the scepter could not depart from Judah until Shiloh come. Then shall be the gathering of the people in that age.
Well, look on what the prophecy said now.
Yes.
And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him.
Yes.
The Spirit of wisdom.
Wisdom.
Good Israel say understanding.
Yes.
The Spirit of counsel.
Yes.
And might.
And might.
The Spirit of knowledge.
Yes.
And the fear of the Lord. The girdle of his loins. And the faithfulness, the girdle of his reins.
Yes.
So we cannot deny his majesty. You know?
The birth upon Haile Selassie.
Alone.
Alone. The spirit of wisdom. That divine spirit of wisdom.
Understanding.
Yes. And might.
Spirit of might.
For his majesty never come to go fight against the next nation to overthrow his kingdom.
No.
He was a just one.
Yes.
And an upright man then in the flesh. Godly man in the flesh. But his people in Ethiopia also said they never want the line of David to rule over them forever. So they fight against him. For they themselves never realize the power of David in his era of time that coming through generation. And coming through generation to generation and find himself in Ethiopia.
So therefore, I can read more.
Yes.
And he shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord.
Yes.
And he shall not judge after the sight of his eye.
No.
Neither reprove after the hearing of his ears.
No.
But with righteousness
Yes.
shall he judge
Yes.
the poor.
Yes.
And reprove with quality.
Yes.
the meek of the earth, and he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked.
Naturally. For we are see they happen to Mussolini.
Yes.
And still his majesty go and show mercy.
Yeah.
Then the captain said, do not kill the people them. So have mercy upon them. But give them back their sword and let them turn their face to the Red Sea where they came from. And enough of the people them said, who? Then if this man can give unto us that freedom then, they're not leaving Ethiopia, so enough of them did rest in Eritrea, along the Red Sea coast there. That's why I used to stir up in Eritrea, you know, now what we would call them intermix.
So one important thing that Rasta should look on within this Isaiah. The righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins.
Yes.
And the faithfulness the girdle of his reins, you know.
Yes.
So the faithful Rasta man,
yes,
is the girdle of his majesty loins.
True.
The righteous Rasta man,
Yes. It's
the girdle of his loins, and the faithfulness, the girdle of his reins.
Yes.
So we cannot deny his majesty, you know.
No, so we have that. We have that faithfulness,
and
that righteousness. That's why we don't come as a war man to kill people and shed blood.
No.
We come as a divine entity of His Majesty.
Because Haile Selassie is divine.
True. So we have to accept and manifest that we are in divineness.
And accept his divinity.
Yes, we have to do that.
And walk within his holiness.
Most natural, my brethren. Natural, that is our life.
So we give thanks to Isaac. Good reasoning.
Yes. Let's
give us even prayer.
Yes.
Rastafari.
Jah Rastafari. We give thanks and praises for the moment, O Almighty Jah Rastafari, that you raise your spirit upon her and I to declare of your divine royal fullness in creation, as it is written, that a king shall come out of Jesse, a branch shall come out of Jesse. And we accept that you is the branch that came out of Jesse, Emperor Haile Selassie, as King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Manifest yourself. Your line is traced forward again from King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, who bring forth Melech, and thou is coming from the backbone of Melech, one of our ancient forefathers. Almighty and most eternal Father, guide I and I, thy sons and daughters, especially I and I, the Rastafari community, and ignite your divine spirit in truth and righteousness in I and I, internationally and nationally. And let I and I walk within your footsteps in truth and in righteousness to fulfill all these propheticness of your divine consciousness of mine. May your words be a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our full way. The pathway of the Almighty Jah Rastafari, His mercies and truth. And to I and I that serve thee, O Lord God Almighty Jah Rastafari, in truth and in righteousness. And let righteousness, which is holiness, cover the earth as the water cover the sea, and bring your divine peace amongst I and I, the Rastas, continually, and thy people, Ethiopian, and Israel, and all the nation, to put down their weapons of war, and Gentiles study war no more, but join within the true knowledge and wisdom of Emperor Haile Selassie, from the rising of the sun unto the setting thereof. For out of Zion the perfection of your beauty you are shine. You are come and will not keep silent. A fire shall break before you, and it shall direct our pathway in truth and in righteousness. So let these words of our mouth and the meditations of our heart be acceptable in thy sight, O His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, from this time, henceforth and forevermore. Your word without end, Igian Sila. Jah Rastafari. One love, one heart, one Haile Selassie, Rastafari.
Thank you, thanks, Isaac.
Yes,